To go now with the action in the ring. This will be a one-fall 15-minute time limit. Non-title bout entering the ring now on the left of the screen. The Hollywood Blondes and their opponents today. Across the ring, the holders now of the National Tag Championship. Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner, the National TV Tag Champions. Gordon.
Well, I'll tell you, Brad and Tim, of course, have been gunning for that title for some time, and they turned back a tremendous pair here in Rip Rogers and Ted Oates, the Golden Boy. They are, of course, Brenda Britton with them at ringside, as she always is. And again, I would like to repeat to the folks that please do not refer to her when she comes into the arenas as a flea bag. She becomes very offended at that, and I obviously must admonish everyone at this time to not do that, if you get my drift on that.
I hear every bit of it, Gordon.
Waiting now for the bell to ring. One fall, 15-minute time limit. The new National Tag Team Champions, Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner. Brad Armstrong moving out against the Golden Boy. Collar and elbow, and it is the Golden Boy getting the side headlock. Armstrong fires him off the ropes. Crisscrossing the ropes now. Armstrong drops to the canvas. Armstrong high leapfrog, drops to the canvas once again. Another leapfrog by Armstrong, and it is Armstrong. Cross body block, well executed, but a bit early in the match to look for a pinfall.
He followed it right up, but he didn't let it go at that, and he called it mentally just the way you said it, Gordon. He knew right then and there was not exactly the time to go for that fall.
Tim Horner tagging in now. Horner and Armstrong. Dynamite combination, a well-oiled wrestling machine, no question about it. Getting a short arm bar now on the Golden Boy. So the Golden Boy needs to get over, tag up with Rip Rogers, and give himself a much-needed respite. Notice Armstrong getting a chance to, and it's over. Oates tags up, and so Rogers does move in, and quickly Horner picks him over the high hip toss, brings him up. Full body slam on Rogers. Swing over by Rogers, almost a spin under. Now again the tag is made. Brad Armstrong driving the knee into the biceps and triceps of Rip Rogers. Got four very fast-moving men here, Lance.
Yowza, that's one of the things about it when you don't go into the super heavyweight class. You get not only the big guys, but you get guys with a lot of speed. And in the case of, look at that Horner right back up, Gordon.
3 kip-ups in a row, and wow, did he roll on Rip Rogers. Chain wrestling at its very finest makes the tag with Brad Armstrong. And this is exactly why these two young fellows have acquired that National Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. They are a dynamite duo.
And they're exactly what you indicate when you say team, brother. They know how to work together, and it's really a pleasure to see a couple of guys who know when to get in, when to get out, and how to move to augment the other one in the ring. And you're seeing it in Armstrong and Horner.
Good fireman carry takedown by Brad Armstrong now as he tags up with Tim Horner. Yeah, it's interesting. Neither one of them appears to be a team leader. They seem to think as one, almost as if they were brothers. And that, I think, gives them a great advantage.
Yeah, quite often you will find exactly as you pointed out, there will be one leader of it. These two guys really share the burden and share the joys, too, and do, oh, look at here.
Rolling reverse into and it's broken up by Rip Rogers, however. And Rogers asking for timeout. No timeout. You get that in football or baseball or hockey or basketball, but you don't get it in wrestling.
We're at the 3-minute mark with 12 minutes left. A non-title bout, one fall, 15 minutes. Gordon Soley, Lance Russell at ringside, watching some dynamite action between these two exciting tag teams.
Brad Armstrong, second-generation competitor, being caught in the midsection by the Golden Boy 3 times into that abdominal wall. And it is the Golden Boy, an Irish whip, but it's reversed by Armstrong. High backdrop. And Mr. Oates, the Golden Boy, coming up very slowly indeed. Armstrong Catches him once again, another full body slam. And now Oates wants timeout.
Yeah. Timeout. Not hardly. Referee Jerry Calhoun saying, let's get it on. And Brad Armstrong waiting, ties it up. Good forearm.
Rogers tied up in those ring ropes, and that could create a problem as Armstrong charged him. He was taking a bit of advantage there. Wait a minute, up for that top rope. Rip Rogers coming off the top rope onto this concrete floor. And it is Brad Armstrong in a lot of trouble here. The count is on, and it's Rip Rogers quickly trying to seize advantage of that situation, and Armstrong's got himself a lot of problems here. And now it is Ted Oates, the Golden Boy, trying to set him up for a vertical suplex if he can. He brings him up. High vertical suplex. And after that percussion that he took to the back outside the ring, delivered by Rip Rogers, we couldn't say it would be an upset if the Hollywood Blondes were to pin either Brad Armstrong or Tim Horner, because they are certainly an equal team in that respect, having held the National Tag Team Championship. But things do not look good for Armstrong.
Well, I'll tell you, he has been pounded around heavy in the middle of that ring and unable to get over and make the tag. Tim Horner running up and down, trying to excite the crowd and also to get as close as he can to Armstrong for a tag.
Well, the Golden Boy trying to set him gut-wrench salto by Ted Oates. And again, that percussion to the back. Brad Armstrong powers out. I'll tell you what, that took some great second effort.
Third of the way through the time, Gordon. Now we're just past the 5-minute mark with 10 minutes to go.
Now some quick double teaming before the count on that one. Rip Rogers moves back in, drives the knee into that abdominal wall. Good block. Excellent block again, and then it is Armstrong turning it to his own advantage. Tried to go to a double inside cradle. Tag is made. The Golden Boy moves back in, and the crowd really solidly with Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner.
They're trying to add their voice to the voice of Tim Horner over there and get Brad into action, at least get him over where he can tag Tim Horner. No such luck as the Hollywood Blondes are making a point. And he goes into the ropes. Leapfrog. Again, returned by Armstrong. Oh, they're both down.
Both men had the same idea in mind, and so their strategies were identical at the moment, and that caused both men to crash into each other. Both men are down on the canvas. The question of which man is going to recover the fastest. Brad Armstrong needs desperately to get over and tag up. Somersault over, makes the tag. And it's Tim Horner exploding into the ring now. Horner now with hard right hands on both the Golden Boy and Rip Rogers. And, yeah, they're going to have some headaches when this match is over in more ways than one. Rip Rogers out there still in the ring. And it is Rip Rogers and the Golden Boy. So Jerry Calhoun has got his hands full here trying to get order restored with good counter that time by Tim Horner. Rolling in reverse.
Had it working, but of course the Golden Boy came in there and broke it up. Armstrong not in any shape to help him out either, Gordon. He was in there about 2 minutes and 50 seconds by himself taking a pounding, and so Tim is kind of left on it. Oh, here comes Armstrong. He found the energy.
He did indeed. Tremendous second effort here. Horner hurdled from the ring, and now it's the Golden Boy after Brad Armstrong, and it is Rip Rogers and Ted Oates, and they've got, and wait a second, the man with the hands of stone, Ron Garvin, comes in. And so the referee calls for the bell. The referee calls for the bell, obviously with outside. All right, the winners via disqualification would be the team of the Golden Boy, Ted Oates, and Rip Rogers, the Hollywood Blondes, via disqualification.
Okay, it was Ronnie Garvin who was the friend indeed when they were in need and came roaring in there at 8 minutes and 10 seconds into it. And it results in a disqualification, but there's one of those cases where I think, well, you got to weigh the circumstances if he doesn't come in there. So I'm sure that Armstrong and Horner aren't too angry about Ronnie showing up at that time.
Right. It'll show up on their win-loss record as a loss, but as you said, in view of the circumstances, better to come back and fight another day.